Good morning, Year 1, and welcome to your maths learning for Wednesday, the 2nd of December. I hope you are all feeling well and ready for the day ahead. So we're going to continue with our addition and subtraction learning today, and we're going to be looking at fact families. Okay, so our anchor for today will be finding one more. We'll be using the same vocabulary as we have done for the past couple of days, and our lesson objective today is to understand and to find fact families. Now, you should all be experts already on fact families because we've done lots of work around this topic in our numbers and pattern sessions in school. So this should be just a recap for you, ready to complete your work. So we are going to start off with a bit of an anchor just to get your brains warmed up this morning and to get you ready for your math session. So question number 1, it says, which is the addition symbol? Okay. Number 2, how many counters are there? Number 3, what more than 7 is? And number 4, what is the missing amount? Okay, you can pause it if you would like to whilst you answer the questions, and I will go through the answers with you. Okay then, so question number 1, which is the addition symbol? This one is the addition symbol. How many counters have we got? We have got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 counters altogether. So you should have written 4 next to that question. Number 3, 1 more than 7 is, well, if we count 1 more than 7, we are going to come to the number 8. So the correct answer is number 8. Okay, and finally, what is the missing number? And we should know that our two parts, 4 add 2 equals 6. So my missing number is going to be 6. Now, do not worry if we struggled on question number 4, because we haven't really done many of those questions before. This kind of work will be coming up later in the week, so don't panic if you found that a bit tricky. Okay then, on to today's learning then. What is a fact family? So a fact family are numbers that come together to make number sentences. Okay, so the first fact family we have here is we've got 5, 3 and 8. And we can make a number sentence using those numbers. So the number sentence that I have created is 5 add 3 equals 8. So I've got my two smaller numbers that are added together to make my bigger number, which is 8. Always remember that in an addition question, my biggest number is going to come last. Okay? And then on the other side, I've got the same numbers, but I've got them in a different way, haven't I? Because I haven't got 5 add 3, I've now got 3 add 5. But if you notice, it will give me the same answer, and that is because I am using my fact families. I can use them in different orders, but I'm using the same numbers. So like I have just said, what is the same about it? Well, we have the same numbers, but what is different about it? Well, they are in different orders. Okay then, let's have a look then. Now, I have got something missing. So what have I got missing up here? You might want to pause the video while you take a guess. But I know that 5 add 3 is 8. So I am going to add 8 into my circle, my box at the top. Okay. Now, you'll be able to see that, like the previous page, we have written out my fact family. So I have 5 add 8 equals 5 add 3 equals 8. So I've got my two smaller numbers which are added together to make my 8. And on the other side, I have my 3 add 5, which also makes 8. They are the same numbers, but they are just in a different way. They're just a different way round. They still make the same amount. Now, we're going to have a look at how we can use those same numbers, but in a subtraction sentence. Okay? Now, we all know that with a subtraction sentence, our biggest number needs to come first. So with my numbers, my biggest number is going to be my 8. So when I am dealing with subtraction, my 8 is going to come first. Now, I've used my 8 already, so that I have then got 2 other numbers that I can use. So I have gone for 5 first, so I've gone 8, take away 5 equals 3. If you look at it like this, I have got my 8 at the top here. I will circle it for you. I am taking away my 5, which is there. I am going to be left with this number here, and that is shown underneath. Let's have a look at this one then, because this one's slightly a different way round. Still the same numbers, because that's what makes it part of the fact family, but they're just in a different order. So yet again, I have started with my biggest number, which is 8, because my biggest number always comes at the start of my subtraction sentence. That's a top tip to remember. Now, in my first one, I took away the 5, but I've already done that sentence, so I need to change it slightly. So I'm going to take away my 3. So I've started with my 8, and I have taken away my 3, which means I have my 5 left over. 8 take away 3 equals 5. Fantastic. Okay then. Let's have a look then if we can make some fact families, 4 fact families, all together using my 3 numbers. I have 7, 4 and 3. Okay, let's have a look then. So, I know that these 2 numbers added together makes my biggest number at the top. So that is where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with 4, add 3. I'm going to place them into my box. 4, add 3 equals my number at the top, which is going to be 7. Brilliant. Now, I've got another addition sentence to do, but I can't use the same numbers in the same order. I've got to use the same numbers, but in a different order to create a different sentence. So, instead of 4 add 3, I am going to use 3 add 4 and just go in the different direction. So I'm going to write my number 3 in there and my number 4 in that box there. And even if I've changed them around, it doesn't matter because they're still going to add up to my number at the top, which is 7. So my addition questions are done. Now I need to concentrate on my subtraction. Now, can you remember what I said was an important tip to remember for my subtraction sentences? If you've remembered, well done. And it's that the biggest number always comes first, because you can only take away from the biggest number. So I'm going to put my biggest number, which is 7, into the first space. Okay, so I want you to imagine we've started with this 7 here. Okay, I'm now going to take away one of my parts. So I'm going to take away my 4. So I'm going to write that in. I'm going to take away 4. And what am I left with? I am left with the number 3. Fantastic. Right then, let's clear those annotations because I've got my last one to do. So again, I'm going to start with my biggest number, which is my 7. Now, I've already taken away 4 first. So this time, I want to take away a different number first. So, I have started with my 7, and I'm going to take away my 3, because I've already taken away my 4 and my other one. So I'm going to take away 3, and I am left with 4. So I'm going to do 7, take away the 3, equals 4. Fantastic. And there you have it. My 4 number sentences using the fact families of the numbers 7, 4 and 3. Okay then, I'm going to let you have a go at this one all on your own. So you want to pause the video now, have a go, and then you can come back for the answers. Okay, I hope you've all gotten on okay with that. Let's have a look then. So I'm going to start by adding up my 2 parts to make my whole number. So the first addition sentence I'm going to do is 7 add 2 equals 9. because we know that these two numbers added together will give us the top number. My 2 parts give me the whole number at the top. Now, we've done 7 add 2, so I'm now going to do 2 add 7. So I'm going to write the 2 into that box, and I'm going to add the 7 into that box, and it's going to give me the same number, which is going to be 9. And I've done my addition sentences. Now I'm on to my subtraction sentences. So, remembering what I said before, my biggest number, my whole number needs to go at the beginning because I can only take away from the biggest number. So my 9 is going to go at the beginning, and I'm going to take away first. I'm going to take away 7, I think. So I've started with my 9, and I've taken away my 7. Okay? So I'm going to take away 7 in that box. And then I'm left with my number, which is here, which is going to be the 2. Brilliant. Now, again, with my last question, it is a subtraction question. So I'm going to start with my biggest number, my whole number, which is 9. Oh, sorry. Again, which is 9. And this time, oh, I'm so sorry about that, year 1. Let's have a look what I did, sorry. So we start with 9, and we've already taken away 7, so I'm going to take away the 2. I'm going to put that in my box, taking away 2. And then the number I have left is 7. There we go. And there's my 4 number sentences, fact families, complete. Okay then. Now, this is where it gets slightly trickier because you have been given the numbers, but you've got to put them into the correct order. Okay, so I'm going to let you have a look at that for a second, and then I'm going to go through it with you. So, remembering what I have said, if it's an addition question, my biggest number will always come last. Okay, now you should know that 6 add 2 equals 8 because my biggest two of the smaller numbers added together will give you my bigger number. Okay, so I'm going to write 2 add 6 equals 8 into my box. So I'm going to write my 2 add my 6 is going to give me my 8. Okay, now I've done that once. Now what other numbers can I use to make 8? Now I know it's got to make 8 because it's my biggest number and it's an addition question. My biggest number always comes at the end of my addition question. So rather than doing 2 add 6, I'm now going to do 6 add 2. Fantastic. Okay then. For my last 2 questions then, I know that my biggest number needs to come first. I'm going to put my biggest number in, put 8, and then I'm going to take away 2, and the number I haven't used is going to be 6. And then if I look back on that, I know that 8 take away 2 equals 6, so I know it's right. So my last one, I'm going to do my biggest number first because it's a subtraction question, 8, and I'm going to take away my 6 because I took away my 2 before. I'm going to take away 6, and the number I've got left is my 2. Fantastic, guys. Well done. Okay then. I'm going to let you have a go at this one on your own, and then you can go ahead and have a look at today's learning. Now, bronze is all about putting your numbers into fact families, and then silver, you've just got the numbers and you've got to put the numbers into fact families, and then finally, if you get onto gold, we've got a bit of problem solving. Good luck today, guys. If you need anything at all, please contact me and I will do the best to help you out. Good luck. Bye-bye.